Obama and Hillary for president mentioned to reduce the number of the girls not in school. We all work together, we will make another success. America is now increasingly become a diverse set of communities. Communication is very important because it's a democracy. Communication helps us build network because so many different people live in this country. We need to share our values and to understand each other. Once you feel you have something to share, you will gain the confidence to go out the mainstream of America. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Americans are very generous with help. They may not participate what you want them to do, what you do, but don't be afraid to ask. Never give up. America is the country has so many opportunities. If you missed one opportunity, just go ahead looking for another opportunity. Never give up. Finally, always be thankful. I would like to take this opportunity once again. Thank you, the National Federation of Indian American Associations Committee, and the chair, the president, my parents. My parents gave me the right education. My husband, my son, and my wonderful crew. Without your support, I couldn't be here tonight. Thank you so much for your invitation.
I compliment NFIA for deliberating on this topical issue of continuing significance. It is important that women should be brought to the forefront and empowered to play a significant role in national growth, development, security and foreign policy. I am happy to share that the India-US Women Empowerment Dialogue has progressed well in this direction.
With time, what we think is our goal today may not be our goal 10 years from now or 5 years from now.
I want to thank the NFIA also for holding this important event. I just want to actually just give a little public service announcement. I'm not going to do my prepared remarks. To tell you that there is an office in our Department of State that focuses solely on the empowerment of women and girls. It was established in 2009 by President Obama, and we have a number of programs and different initiatives that we work on. We have five major areas of priority in our office, and I'll just tell you what they are quickly. First, we're looking at addressing the scourge of gender-based violence that affects every country in the world, including the United States. That's one important area. We're looking at implementing our strategy to address and prevent gender-based violence around the world. We're also looking at increasing women's economic participation throughout the world as well. One program that we had recently was to launch a campaign on our Alliance for Artisan Enterprise. Artisans, and many of them are women, produce about $64 billion a year of business. So we're hoping to make it easier for women to access markets and also capital to begin businesses. That's another area. The third area that we're looking at is increasing women's participation in peace building and negotiations to resolve conflict around the world. And we're also looking at protecting women and girls when there is conflict. We've all heard about the horrible situation in Iraq and Syria for women and girls. Another area that we're looking at, and it's a new area, is to empower adolescent girls, because often we see that we're doing a much better job of getting our kids in school around the world. But oftentimes, girls, when they become adolescents, they often drop out of school. They're pressured to get married, etc. So we're looking to see how we can better facilitate girls' access to education and to address the pressures that families decide, where families decide that their girls should get married. So that's another area that we're looking at. Today there's about 62 million girls around the world who are not in school.
I started my research about neurodegenerative disorders and the role that music can play in treating them about 1.5 years ago. But the journey of how I found the synthesis of my two passions started just about 10 years ago. As a little girl, I showed early signs of a love for music, specifically Bollywood, whether it was playing Antakshari in the car or just always singing to myself, listening to actually specifically the old tunes.
0.4% in an age and day when all of us are using computers and technology to just get through a single day. And we have such few female engineers. So when I first heard that, I was just as shocked as all of you. And this is a problem that is so prevalent in so many parts of the world. And we hear so many women talking about it, yet we seem to shun them away. And so she came to the United States trying to break out of this cycle and trying to do something for herself, trying to teach the world that you can do whatever you want and your circumstances don't dictate.
A big round of applause for holding 2 titles.
Thank you, Angela Auntie, for that wonderful introduction. Namaste, Sasrikal, and good evening, everyone. My name is Nikki Kandola, and I'm currently your Miss India DC 2015. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out today.
The first acronym that comes to my mind, quite honestly, is ABCD. And a lot of second-generation children know that's American born, confused, busy. And too often for working in government and politics, my grandma has emphasized the confused
कि मुझ पर कोई एहसान न करना।